Congratulations on the 10th season of Bar Rescue. It's quite a feat.
Unbelievable. 15 years, 272 episodes. Who would have ever thought, Tony, that it would last so long? I thought I'd do a pilot and go home.
Well, I think people are gravitated to the show because they want to see people win.
Yeah. Well said. Nobody's ever said that to me that way before, and I think that's unbelievably astute. I agree with you. People watch and they say, "Oh, I want to see Taffer throw food and this and that." But at the end of the day, it means more to me when I get the hug. I'd like to think that people are watching for that reason. So that's a great sentiment, and I agree.
And because you've been doing this for a while, I mean, do people write you and say, "Look, I'm opening up a bar, a pub, and I have watched episodes of What Not to Do. Thank you."
Yeah. Oh, I get those all the time. All the time. And I also get emails, help me, help me, help me. And I try to help as many as I can. But yeah, a couple of hundred a month of people that tell me, that they've watched the show and it's impacted their life and their business in a positive way. I can't tell you how good those feel, Tony.
What strikes me about the show is that I don't think it's negligence. I think people fall out of love with what they're doing and don't know how to get back into love.
Yeah. It's like that pitcher who's 10 runs behind in a game. Is he throwing as hard as he was if it was a tie game? So I think that, that's a good analogy. And I think that you're right. I think they lost the fire in their belly a bit, if you will, Tony. And they almost feel like they're fighting a losing battle. Now I show up and I want to put that fire back in their belly, and I want to get them excited in that fashion. So that's my biggest challenge in many cases.
But you
Every
demonstrated.
failing business, Tony, is a failing owner, right? So I got to focus on that owner to change the business.
But you demonstrate tough love, because you want them to win too. And sometimes you've just got to break through and say, look, I mean, there's cockroaches here. You're not doing the job that you started out to do.
Yeah, and I have to show them that they're letting their families down. They're letting their partners down. I got to make it personal for them, to inspire them to change. It's not easy to get people to change, especially in 4 days. So it's a huge burden upon me, and I feel that pressure when I'm there, Tony, every minute.
Is there a favorite city you have? Is there a favorite episode that you have?
Well, it's not about the bars, it's about the people to me. I love rescuing families. Moon Runners is a great story. They just opened 2 episodes. I mean, 2 episodes. They just opened 2 new locations, so they now have 3 locations. Spirits on Bourbon was one of my favorites. We increased their revenue by about $8 million, and then they sold it for millions and millions of dollars. So I love those family stories. When we can turn the future of a family around, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, after 10 seasons, though, I mean, it first of all, it doesn't get any easier, and second, you keep falling in love with what you're doing.
I do. When I look in their eyes, it's like it's the first time. I can't explain it. When I show up, the cameras disappear. I don't even know where the heck they are, and it's me and them. And I see that look on their face, and it's like it's the first time all over again. It's incredible. I'm going to start shooting season 10 in about a month, and I'm as excited about it as I was when I started season 1.
Why do audiences gravitate toward this show? I mean, obviously they put themselves in the role of the bar owner, but it's more than that.
I think that the show, first of all, the show is completely real. I play no part in the casting of the bars. I've never seen even a picture of the place before I show up. I've never seen videos of the people or any of that. I get literally a 60-second briefing before I go in. I think the show is successful because it is so authentic. I don't know anything before the audience does. It all happens. I am never ahead of the audience, never ahead of the camera. I'm my own executive producer, so I'm not told where to go, what to do, what to say. I got a great crew who follows me around and takes my lead. So if you would ask me that question, I would answer authenticity. And I believe my audience is very intelligent, and I would never try to fool them. It surprises me how many reality stars I meet over the years that feel otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, but you do so much in your private life too. You have no time to sit around and relax, do you? I mean, you're an author, an entrepreneur. Your whiskey and bourbons are incredible. Wow, what a guy who's got fingers everywhere.
I guess I love it. To me, it isn't work. But yeah, I've got my whiskeys. We have Taffer's Tavern. Our restaurant franchise is doing great. We're about to open in Orlando and International Drive in our third location in Atlanta. So we're doing great. And I'm just thrilled to be able to do these things. And Taffer's Bourbon is interesting. Most of my businesses are this way. I never woke up and said I want to be in a bourbon business. I was playing with recipes in Taffer's Tavern. I came up with brown butter bourbon. We
Wow.
put it in a cocktail. People started ordering it like crazy. So we said, okay, let's put it in a bottle. I never thought of these things. They really just sort of happened. I never thought I'd be on television. Somebody said to me, you should be on TV. And I had friends at Paramount, and I went and spoke to them one day, and that's how it happened. So you never know. And I tell people all the time, tomorrow could be the greatest day of your life. We don't know.
You never know. And that's a wonderful, wonderful way of looking at the world too, is, I can do it. I can do it. Just, I'll fail. I'll fail a few times, but I can do it.
Yeah. And failure can be wonderful if you take away the benefits of learning about that failure. When I went to pitch this television show to Paramount, the first thing they said to me is, no, you'll never be on television. Forget about it. And I realized at that moment that I'm the only person who can say no to me.
Mm.
So even though they said no to me, I went and shot my own sizzle reel. I brought it to production companies myself. I got 4 offers, and it's funny how life goes full circle. Now I'm on Paramount of all things. But I say that only you can say no to you.
That's true. And that's a great way to end this interview. John, it's always great to sit and chat with you and learn about all the stuff you're doing.
Thank you, Tony. Good to see you too, my friend.
Good to see you. Bye-bye.